Good morning, students. In the last class, we have studied about non-food crops. What is non-food crops? Food crops other than food grains, we call it as non-food crops. It may be of commercial value. Food crops other than grains, we call it as non-food crops. It may be of commercial value. Rubber, fiber crops, cotton, jute are called as non-food crops. Rubber, fiber crops like cotton, jute, hemp and natural silk. Cotton and jute, we call it as non-food crops. First one, rubber. Rubber is an equatorial crop grown in tropical and subtropical areas. Equatorial crop grown in tropical and subtropical areas. It will grow in moist and humid climatic condition. Temperature above 25 degrees Celsius is required and rainfall of more than 200 centimeters are required for rubber to grow. It is an industrial raw material. It is used in industries. In 2012 to 13, India ranked 4th among the world natural rubber producer. India ranked among 4th among the world's natural rubber producers. Next one, fiber crop. Cotton, jute and hemp are fiber crops of plant products. Fiber crops of plant products are cotton, jute and hemp. Whereas silk is obtained from cocoons which fed on mulberry leaves. Cocoons which fed on mulberry leaves. Cotton. India is believed to be original home for cotton. It grows well in black soil of Deccan Plateau, which requires high temperature and light rainfall. India is believed to be original home for cotton, grows well in black soil of Deccan Plateau, which requires high temperature and light rainfall. 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine is needed for cotton's growth. 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine is required for its growth, and 6 to 8 months of maturity is needed for cotton maturity. Jute is called golden fiber. It is very strong due to its roughness and used to make gunny bags, mats, ropes, yarn, carpets, etc. Jute is a golden fiber, very strong due to its roughness, used to make gunny bags, mats, ropes, yarn, carpets, etc. Due to its high cost, it's now losing the market to synthetic fibers. Due to its high cost, it's now losing its market to synthetic fibers. Packing materials, particularly nylon, is used and preferable. So people prefer to buy packing material, particularly the nylon is preferable by the people. So due to high jute cost, people are not preferring jute and people are moving to synthetic fibers. So these are the information we have seen yesterday. Today, so farmers are growing so many crops actually. What are the problems does the farmers face? What are the problems do farmers face? Small and fragmented land holding. First problem, small and fragmented land holding. So they are having piece of land which is of small quantity. So these farmers will be practicing intensive cultivation because they are holding small land. Whatever they are cultivating will be utilized by themselves. Then the seeds that they are buying, it's of low quality which does not give high yield. So that is a problem for the farmers. Low quality seeds which does not give much benefit, and they are using manual fertilizers and biocides means pesticides, and because of it the soil will get degraded and not fit for cultivation. Soon the soil loses its fertility and make that land an unfertile one. Then over irrigation, they are just irrigating the field using some kind of machines, and automatically the water level will come down. Then lack of mechanization. So here they are not using some kind of mechanical products actually, like a tractor or combiners. They are not investing huge money for buying that machinery, and instead they are just going on with whatever traditional method of cultivation. They are following that, and soil erosion is taking place because of manure fertilizers and the biocides they are using quite often, which is of chemical things. Then inadequate storage facilities, they are not having proper storage facilities, so resulting in low productivity, and the average yield is almost lowest in the world. So these are the common problems even our farmers facing it nowadays. They are having marketing problem also. Nowadays we are having marketing problem because the government is purchasing the prices directly from the farmers at cheap rate. That price we call it as minimum support price, and they are selling it. They are just buying it and they are just selling it to the people at very cheap rate. Okay, so these are the problems that farmers have faced since independence, and even now some of the problems are continuing. So here we need to bring some sort of changes in this practice, and we have to protect the farmers from such kind of tragedies which are taking place. So the government had taken some steps to bring reformation in this agriculture sector, and so many reforms the government had taken care. First one is institutional reforms. Steps taken by the government to bring about improvement in agriculture are termed as institutional reforms. Steps taken by government to bring about improvement in agriculture are termed as institutional reforms. Major institutional reforms include cultivation, consolidation of land holdings, development of cooperative societies. Cultivation, consolidation of land holding, development of cooperative society. Let me explain it one by one. What are these points? So what is institutional reforms? Steps taken by government to bring about improvement in agriculture. Steps taken by government to bring about improvement in agriculture is termed as institutional reforms. What are the major institutional reforms? Major institutional reforms are cultivation, consolidation of land holdings, development of cooperative societies, and abolition of Jamindari system. So first one, cultivation. What do you mean by cultivation? Nothing but redistribution of land. Cultivation is redistribution of land. In those days, Jamindars will be holding lots and lots of land. So these Jamindaris will be giving some money or something to the farmers to help the farmers, and thereby they will be just getting the land in case the farmers are not paying. So cultivation represents redistribution of land to the farmers again. So the government had taken certain reforms to recover the farmers who are affected a lot. Okay, to help the farmers to get back the land actually. So cultivation is redistribution of land. Consolidation of land holdings. What do you mean by consolidation of land holding? Consolidate means you are just totaling up. When you pour 2 half empty bottles of cereal into one big box, 2 bottles are there, half of cereals are there actually. So you are just replacing one box into the another box to make it full. So consolidation. Example, when you strengthen your fund raising ability. So when you are strengthening your fundraising ability by just putting different schemes, spending the money or just saving the money in postal schemes or in insurance or in savings account, like that. So if you are consolidating the total amount will be increasing. Likewise, here the consolidation of holding means to bring together the scattered land of different farmers and form a single holding. To bring together the scattered land of different farmers and form a single holding. It plays an important role in rural development. Consolidation of land holdings to bring together the scattered land. Consolidation of land holding to bring together the scattered land of different farmers and form a single holding. It plays considerable important role in rural development. So the farms in India are not only small in size but also lie scattered. Scattered farmers took lot of time, spent lot of energy and money wasted in moving the men and material from one farmland to another. Farms in India are not only small in size but also scattered. These scattered farmers took lot of time and energy and spent money in moving the men and material from one farmland to another farmland. Hence, land consolidation is essential for progressive farming. Consolidation of land holdings is essential for progressive farming. Progressive means development. So it is essential for progressing farming or mechanization of agriculture. Then abolition of Zamindari system. So the first step taken by government, an important step taken by government is that abolition of Zamindari system. Zamindari system was completely abolished because in those days the majority of land holding is made by Zamindars alone. The land is holded by Zamindars alone. They will be having acres and acres of land and they will be allotting the farmers, appointing the farmers by paying the wages. Very less wages will be given by Zamindars to the farmers and thereby they are holding big acres of land. So now what happened? These Zamindars started affecting the farmers. The farmers will be getting some loan amount and they will not be in a position to repay the amount actually. So likewise, so much of farmland will be collected by Zamindaris actually. So first step taken by government is to abolish the Zamindari system so that the farmers are protected. As right of inheritance divided the land holding to very small units that reduce productivity. So land reforms was the main focus in our first 5-year plan. Land reforms is the main focus in first 5-year plan. This land reform is also known as agrarian reform. The land reform is also known as agrarian reform. So the land reforms, in the land reform, the main focus of first 5-year plan is land reform. They want to reform the land. Right of inheritance of land leads to fragmentation of land holding. Right of inheritance of land leads to fragmentation. Fragmentation means division of land holdings. These are the points that we have seen in land reform. Now, land reforms are also known as agrarian reform. These were initiated by Government of India for redistribution of agricultural land to improve the efficiency of agriculture and to bring social justice to the rural people. So what do you mean by land reform? It is also known as agrarian reform. Who initiated it? Government of India have initiated it. The reason for redistribution of agricultural land to improve the efficiency of agriculture and to bring social justice to the rural people. So agrarian reforms includes credit, granting loan. Credit means granting loans or goods or services to the farmers. So they are including credit measures, training practices are given to the farmers, extension of land and land consolidation, etc. So agrarian reforms include all these things. Right of inheritance of land leads to fragmentation of land holding, division of land holding. So the main focus of first five-year plan is land reforms. So green revolution had taken place and white revolution had taken place during this time. In the first five-year plan, concentration was given for green revolution and white revolution. Green revolution refers to significant increase in agriculture productivity resulting from introduction of high yielding variety of grains, the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and improved management technique. Green revolution is a significant increase in agriculture productivity resulting from introduction of high yield varieties of seeds, use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, improved management technique. So the purpose of introducing this green revolution is to increase the productivity of food crops. Then white revolution. White revolution also known as Operation Flood. White revolution also known as Operation Flood. This revolution aimed at increasing the production of milk by setting up milk processing centers, milk cooperatives, good transport system. India is the largest production of milk. India is the largest production of milk. So white revolution also known as Operation Flood, and the revolution aimed at increasing the production of milk by setting up milk processing centers, milk cooperatives, good transport system, and India is the largest producer of milk. Technological reforms. Next one, technological reforms. Implementation of laws of land forms were lagging behind. Implementation of laws of land reforms were lagging behind. The Government of India introduced agriculture reform in 1960-70, that is Green Revolution and White Revolution. Just now I have told you the meaning of Green Revolution, White Revolution. So Government of India have introduced agriculture reform in 1960-70. In that, Green Revolution and White Revolution are coming under that category, under technological reforms. Agriculture finance. Next related topic, agriculture finance. So for agriculture finance, establishment of Grameen Bank, that is Regional Rural Bank. Grameen Bank, also known as Regional Rural Bank, that is RRB. Then cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facility to the farmers at lower rate of interest. Cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facility to the farmers at low rate of interest. So the government have taken steps to establish the Grameen Bank, cooperative society and other kinds of bank for providing loan facility to the farmers at low rate of interest. So that points will come under agriculture finance. So all these are technological institutional reforms taken place in India for the upliftment of farmers and the rural development. Land Development Program. So the Land Development Program in 1980 and 1990, comprehensive land development programs included both institutional and technical reforms. In 1980 to 90, comprehensive land development program. Quite often they are asking this question in the exam as 3-mark question. And totally all this paragraph was 5-mark question they have asked. So 1980 to 90, comprehensive land development program included both institutional and technical reforms. Provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and diseases. Provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and disease. All these are land development program. Other reforms like Kisan Credit Card. So Kisan Credit Card scheme for giving easy and cheap loan to small farmers. Kisan Credit Card scheme is a scheme for giving easy and cheap loan to small farmers. Then Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, PAIS, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme will be available for the farmers when the accident had taken place. So Personal Accident Insurance Scheme for Kisan Credit Card holders. So this PAIS scheme is available to the Kisan Credit Card holders alone. Special Weather Bulletin and agriculture programs for farmers were introduced. Special Weather Bulletin and agriculture programs for farmers were introduced. Government announces minimum support price for various agriculture products like cereals and pulses. Government announces minimum support price for various agriculture products like cereals and pulses. So other benefits scheme for the farmers are other beneficial schemes for the farmers are Kisan Credit Card, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, Special Weather Bulletin and Agriculture Program for giving awareness to the farmers about the prices of the product, at which price the farmers have to sell to other people. So it announces minimum support price for various agricultural products like cereals, pulses and others to check the exploitation of farmers by middlemen. Government is announcing minimum support price. So the middleman cannot raise the price of the product beyond the price fixed by government. The government fixes minimum support price beyond which the middleman cannot get that product. So special weather bulletins and agriculture programs for farmers were introduced through radio and television channels. So all these are steps taken by government in order to create awareness to the farmers and to protect the farmers from some tragedies which are taking place quite often. So to summarize, today's class we have seen about technological and institutional reforms. In that we have seen the purpose for these reforms. Indian agriculture is facing various problems since independence. Thus, government has carried out several technological and institutional reforms. In India, agriculture engages 52% of population, but the income and output of agriculture in the economy is not very high. Income and the output of agriculture in the economy is not very high. So agriculture engages 52% of population, but the income and output of agriculture in the economy is not very high. Green revolution means significant increase in agriculture productivity resulting from introduction of HYB seeds, use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and improved management. High yield varieties of food grains are used, use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and improved management. White Revolution, also called Operation Flood. The revolution aimed at increasing the production of milk by setting up milk processing center, milk cooperatives, good transport system. India is the largest producer of milk. So what is White Revolution? Operational Flood, and the revolution aimed at increasing the production of milk. Government of India has initiated land development programs and schemes. The comprehensive land development program and schemes were introduced, like establishment of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Kisan Credit Card, weather bulletins, and agricultural programs for farmers were displayed in the radio and television, etc. Government also announced minimum support price for various agriculture products like cereals, pulses, and others. To check the exploitation of farmers by middlemen. That's all. We have come to the end of this lesson. Technological and institutional reform. So learn this question. It's a very important question. Quite often they are asking this as paragraph question or as short question. Learn it and write and see. Thank you.